Yeah.
Looks like our match is coming up.
Yeah, coming up very soon. But speaking like Legacy is Legacy.
And let's move to... All right, let's go to the game, see where we're just jumping in. 9 months away from Horizon 3.
Yeah, we are here. So for people just tuning in, hello from wherever you are, Europe or further afield. This is our backup match. We're in round 5 of 7 at ELM in Four Seasons Bologna. This looks like another Grixis Delver player, but this time against Abzan Depths.
Yeah. So we are 301, so this is not a 100% winning, and I think. Well, actually, no. If they're 401, that's pretty much a win in it.
We would expect to see these players in. I met Maarten earlier on today. Bizarre Boxes are a sponsor of the stream, so he'll be proud to get one of their team on.
It's always nice.
Always nice. Those guys based out in the Netherlands. Check them out. They've got a special deal for ELM viewers, 10% off cards if you go to their website using code ELM2310, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Find it on their website or on our Twitter at EU Legacy Masters.
So we have Game 3, so we got in time, just in time actually, for Game 3. Looks like they're shuffling up, so this is actually an interesting match. Grixis Delver, Abzan Depth. I don't know who's on the play, because that matters a lot.
Bet.
Um,
While I'm digging up deck lists, Niv, what do you think of the core cards in the matchup? We looked at Swords to Plowshares from the Jeskai Control player in the last match. That was a key card. I suspect Abzan Depth will be playing some number of that.
Yeah, they definitely have some kind of removal spell. Badmaster is huge, I think, in the Abzan Depth player, because Grixis Delver has Brainstorm, Ponder, and so on.
So it looks like the Abzan player is indeed on 3 copies of Orcish Bowmasters.
Yeah.
As well as a relatively stock list, 3 Mox Diamond, 4 Crop Rotation, some of which will probably have been boarded out. Outside of that, it's relatively speaking a core list with 1 Grist the Hunger Tide. In the sideboard, there's a number of copies of Endurance. There's 2 copies of Endurance. Some Veil of Summer as well, if we expect Hand Disruption from the Grixis Delver player, although it's not necessarily always played.
Looks like we have a mulligan already from our Abzan Depth player. I think in these Abzan decks, mulliganing hurts a bit less because you're looking for very specific cards. In Delver, it's not about specific cards, it's more about using your cards properly, having a more, I would say, tempo-ish quantity of cards.
I tend to find in my Abzan lists, as we are discovering here with Martin's Keep, that you often have cards in your opening hand that you don't mind putting on the bottom. And in this case, it was the second Mox Diamond. You don't need to have
exactly.
Effect, especially on a mulligan to 6 when you be discovering
lands. Alright, the Grixis Delver was on the play, and we have a turn 1 Ponder. So no DRC yet.
Yeah, again, no turn 1 threat from the Delver player.
Shuffle, okay. Shuffle from Ponder. I wonder if they're playing Delver even, or just saying it's Grixis Delver. That's... Maybe we should...
I will dig that up right now. Looking at Bartosz's list, we're seeing the full 4 copies of Delver Secrets, along with 3 Murktide, 4 Bowmaster, 4 Dragon's Rage Channeler. So Bartosz with the Bowmaster supremacy.
Yeah, but his Bowmasters are worse because
indeed, I think it's just the 1 copy of Horizon Canopy and 2 Sylvan Libraries in the list for Maarten at all effects.
But again, Sylvan Library just don't use it, and that's fine.
Exactly.
Alright, so we see that's Altered Art Dual Land, I guess. I don't know what that is, but...
Very pretty.
Yeah.
It's either a Scrubland or a Savannah, I'd imagine.
Maarten has some beautiful Altered Art cards. I believe he also has another Altered Art Dual Land in hand. They're beautiful, but they do make
coverage
a bit harder for me. But.
Interesting sideboard cards from the Grixis Delver player Bartosz. So we've got 1 copy of Sheoldred's Edict, which I suspect will be very important in the matchup.
Yeah.
This is quite good new technology. I've played a bit of Depth myself lately, and it's very, very frustrating being with that card. It's...
Yeah, just the way to stop... Alright, so we brainstorm, put some cards back, and now we're playing DRC.
Well, it's almost impossible to stop from the Depth's perspective. It's each opponent, so Veil of Summer isn't going to get you there. It's token creature, so you can't run the board with lots of random things. I've seen and discussed with fellow British Depths player Cyrus Bales copies of Kalani Garden.
Oh, okay. That's...
In the main decks of some of these Depths decks, the crop rotation for an answer to So it makes a 0/1 plant token, of course, which leaves you to sack that.
All right, so we see here he played Mox Diamond, discarded Maze, just play around Daze, and now we're gonna Bowmaster. The DRC is a 1/1 so far. We could Daze and I believe try to hit Delirium, but obviously that's a bit risky.
So
we could just force this, but he does have, I think, the Veil of Summer in hand.
Oh.
Yeah. All
He's
right.
thinking about Daze now.
I mean, now if he hits Delirium, that's insane. Like, I mean, not insane, but really, really good because DRC doesn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Unholy Heat. So I believe we do not have Delirium.
No, instant land sorcery in the graveyard from Bartosz.
Yeah. Wait, so Force of Will, Veil of Summer. Do we have a Daze as well?
We'll have to
If we have a Daze.
It resolves. Oh my goodness. What Veil of Summer there from Maarten.
Yep. So
what a swing that has been. It's Maarten.
Yeah, these altars are beautiful. I agree with.
This Maarten will be reminded to pick up an Orc Army token momentarily, I believe.
Yeah. He did use his trigger, so.
In the meantime, the Devil Player's untapped, so what are we hoping to draw here? More threat sniff?
Yeah, we just need threats, need a way to kill Bellmaster so we unlock our brainstorms and so on. If we go Bolt, we did put an Unholy Heat in the graveyard.
Yeah.
So that was interesting play. I guess he did not think about
it. Was really good of Maarten to wait for the Surveil trigger to resolve before casting the Veil of Summer. So that's a very different decision. If
this DRC is online though, because we did, but this bubble is also, but we have 2 Swords of Flashes in hand.
From Mulligan to 6, Maarten is looking very much in command of this game. He has used his cards to great effect so far.
For sure, for sure. Oh, we drew a Knight as well. Yikes.
Oh,
that was a very strong draw.
Yeah, look at this. Taking Bartosz off red mana here. Hoping to avoid more burn spells for the Bowmaster, perhaps? Yeah?
I would probably take black in case of Snuff Out and cards like that if we think he plays it. Because we're gonna play Knight.
Play the Knight now.
I guess we don't play. We play around Daze, so I'm fine with that. Oh, Minor Misstep.
Minor Misstep.
All right.
On a Swords to Plowshares here from
That's
Bartosz.
a card.
I haven't seen much of that in Legacy. It was definitely highly touted when it was printed. Follow-up Swords to Plowshares though from Maarten.
That again should be exiled. Okay, we got that correct.
And an attack for 2. After 19.
We're Knight. Oh, but now he's gonna trigger Bowmaster. Let's see.
Oh, was that a mistake there from Bartosz?
No, we might. Minor Misstep stop Bowmaster? Well, no. How does it stop Bowmaster?
No, Minor Misstep, of course, a 1 mana blue instant. Counter target star with mana value 1 or less.
Alright, this is huge. Now we play Big Murktide. And, I mean, he's just going to play Knight. I mean, Knight is big, for sure. It's a big deal. But, I believe we missed a Bowmaster trigger. But it's okay. It happens. Murktide is, I believe it's an 8/8. I'm guessing.
You've got to imagine he's taking as many sorceries as he can in this situation.
So, it's Murktide against Knight and a Bowmaster, basically. I don't know what Bartosz has in hand.
He's taking out these instants and sorceries like no tomorrow. So Murktide, while also being a formidable attacker in the air, does also block the B plan for Maarten. But to this point, I think is the B plan. I think just regular beats might be the A plan, but it does stop the Marit Large for a turn.
Yep.
Giving Bartosz
It is important to say that the Bowmaster token stops Shieldred's Edict. So
that is true. I hadn't thought about that. That's very true.
Yeah. All right. So this is a race.
It seems like a race.
But the thing is, if you try and set up depth, you might not have enough time. You're taking 8 now. I believe.
8 next.
Even if he's at 20, right? He goes down to 12. He might be at 11. I don't know. No, he didn't fetch actually. So he's at 20, 12. And then you don't have time basically because you go down to 4. Well, actually, you have 1 turn. You're fine in 1 turn.
It's gonna be tight though, and any disruptive draw from the Delver player might cause.
I think the only card he can draw is either Wasteland or Choke. That doesn't do much, but okay. We're fine with Choke. We're totally fine.
Thumbs up from Bartosz.
I think the only cards that, well, Bartosz can draw another Murktide. That's something.
Yes.
He can draw Brazen Borrower. I believe those are the main two cards that win the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. The Maarten can get Maze of It. That's definitely a card. Yeah, a bit glare, but that's not a relic for you.
Ponder here from Bartosz, but that island is tapped now for it.
Yeah.
That his turn is landed to a treasure token. The Ponder there, I guess, out of necessity, because
Wasteland is good. Wasteland's amazing draw. That was another route that I had in mind. Yeah, if you Wasteland basically stops the combo for the exact turn you need.
Absolutely.
Now, for example, he could sack a forest, get Maze of It, but I don't know how many mazes he plays because he has one in the graveyard.
He doesn't need to have one in the graveyard.
So if he plays one, you can't find any more.
So he sacks the beautiful Scrubland, of course, being a plains, and a forest on this occasion.
Yeah.
There is the Yavmire in play. Find a land.
So it's looking at a wasteland.
Looking at a wasteland, indeed. It's a tough one.
I don't think Wasteland's gonna do it. You really need to either try and combo fast, or yeah, I don't think he has a second maze. So
okay, I suppose he might be looking for thinning his deck towards endurance, if that's still in the deck after sideboarding. I think it should be.
Yeah, it definitely should be.
Yeah. Interested to see how this match plays out. He's clearly taking. He recognized, as have we, that this is a big decision. This is a moment that he has to decide what his plan is.
I'll be honest. I think Bartosz should have not played the Wasteland.
Right.
He should have held it, attack, and then, for example, he could have even left it the turn after, right? Well, not the turn after, because he needs to play it. Then post-combat, he plays the Wasteland. Because I think, sure, if he gets a mage, you cannot waste on the mage in time.
I'd be interested to see how big the Night Reliquary is. Can we get...
we're not racing.
Are we sure? If Night Reliquary is in 9-9.
Well, we're dead next turn, right?
But can we get... Yeah, we can't get him this turn.
Yeah, he's actually dead next turn.
Yeah.
He needs to draw like a plow. Alright, that's being stage. That's...
Yeah, might just be the...
Yeah, he needs to draw plow. I don't know if he... Well, he's Abzan, so no Power Blast. So he already drew 2 plow, so probably 2 left. He might have... Oh, Grist is a draw. We can draw Grist.
Oh, that would be a draw, wouldn't it?
Basically, any way to kill the... Our Wasteland, true. I think he drew Ballmaster.
Okay.
Take 3.
Planning to race.
Yeah, Wasteland would have done it too.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
But mine, looking disparate here, it's such a shame.
Actually,
Bartosz
yeah.
goes to 15 cracking a fetch, or 14 cracking a fetch.
Wasteland would have done it too, that's true. Because, oh, looks like we're searching up. I don't think it matters much.
No, unlike the previous time we were searching for lands near, I think this one very much matters a lot less.
Depth.
It looks like Bartosz wants double red. What is that? Because he might be trying for burn spells in case his Murktide region gets removed?
Maybe. We could have some lightning
Those
bolt.
bolt bolts are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Maarten just on 4.
Yeah. But this game's gonna go down to...
This game's gonna go down to the net. We're in the last turn. It's like...
I believe Bartosz does have it. Just attack. And he's gonna try and combo.
Beat the depths activation.
Yeah, so Maarten had Wasteland, Depth, Plow, Grist. I don't know if he left some green something, but that was an out too. We Sanctuary back, Ponder. Okay. I mean, that's not going to do anything. Oh, and we grow the Murktide, sure. Might as well. Don't miss your trigger.
Yeah. And we're passing.
No, I don't think. I think...
No, surely not.
Yeah.
I mean, the trigger is resolving. Okay. Action here from...
Bowmaster is... Okay.
Jams the Bowmaster.
Sure. That doesn't do much.
Mine.
Unless he
Last
slow
chance
rolled
to
and
activate.
he has another maze.
Oh my goodness. No wasteland there from Bartosz. I think I might. I mean,
Does he have a second maze? I think that's the only way, right?
well, we're flicking through.
No. There's
No,
a dark
you have the
depth.
dark
Alright.
depths, which you can make it 2020, but I suspect this wasteland coming across from response will, of course, mean that Bartosz will be winning this one, triumphing over Abzan Depths 2-1.
Yeah.
Huge result. I think that Abzan Depths a little bit favored in this matchup, especially with the Bowmasters.
Well, it's close. I don't know. It's really close.
There's some discussion over what's wasteland, although I imagine the game is indeed over here.
I believe. All right. So we wasteland.
Here we go.
Okay.
The handshake.
Yeah.
So, Bartosz, the Polish legacy scene has really been growing. We have wonderful representation from Adam and the Polish rep. Great bunch of people, and it's good to see Bartosz here winning. Of course, our biases aside, we would obviously love Maarten of Bazaar of Boxes, friend and sponsor of the stream.
I think we had a nice match of Magic for sure. That was great.
Yeah.
Martin is still alive for top 8, 3-1-1. So
Yeah,
needs-
3-1-1's a great result so far.
He needs to win out. He needs to 2-0 and then they'll top 8.
Very exciting. Niv, that was a big round.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching Grixis Delver both be defeated
and
then
win.
triumph.
Yeah.
It showed off a lot of the strengths of the deck, the tempo aspect, being able to top deck lots of cards. You described it really succinctly, really effectively when you said Delver's about getting the most effectiveness out of each of your cards
Yeah.
and having like high velocity and quantity. Whereas as Abzan Depth showed there, individual cards were quite powerful, but ultimately just didn't have quite enough to get to the end. Not top decking the right land, not top decking the right removal spell in the moment.
Well, yeah, I think just Bowmaster is good specifically, but we saw there it just didn't do much. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it killed a DRC, which is great,
Yeah.
but other than that, I think it was just whatever. So, we don't need to think that's too powerful.
Yeah, fair. I don't think it wants, but I don't think anyone's calling for that really. It definitely changes the format though. Swoof. What a day. I'm glad we got Grixis Delver on stream. I think that was really good. I think that Delver will always be in the meta in some way. Interestingly, you mentioned you were playing no Delver Secrets. Delver Secrets the card Delver Secrets did not particularly shine in any of the games we watched.
Well, it didn't. I don't think we didn't see it. We didn't even see it in play or in hand.
I think it probably got removed. One of the many threats that were played in the match one, the main match that we saw when Thomas Vargas Swords to Plowshares several copies of threats across that 2-game match.
Yeah, I think in general it's a fine card to have. Alright, so looks like we're gonna take a break, and then next round, I believe next round is definitely for top 8. 'Cause
Absolutely.
we're round 6 and then round 7.
Yeah, we're still here in Bologna. We're going to be here for the next few hours. We are working towards now. We're getting excitingly close to crowning this year's European Legacy Champion.
Alright.
We'll speak to you both all very, very soon.